All right, welcome back. We're answering stories, stories. We're telling stories by answering questions that you guys submit to us. Okay, so ask me a question. Go to email me at rsbcopstories@gmail.com. I'm pushing 500 of these, man. My tongue's starting to come out of shape here, but so bear with me. And on realcopstoriesvideos.com, we have 355 cop stories. You'll like those: Vice, Narcotics, gross ones, funny ones. So go to that one too. All kinds of stuff going on here. Okay, so now I got about 24 years on. 24, 25, and the last video, my boss committed suicide. Now we don't have a top step, so there's 7 of us mid-level supervisors. The captain calls us in like a couple days after that, once everything settles down, and says, "I'm going to reassign you guys." Okay, so we all work major narcotics squads. We all have take-home cars. It's kind of a perk, and the captain felt he didn't feel like just because somebody is gone now that we should get screwed over by getting rid of our cars and going back to where we came from, which is basically narcotic units chasing criminals. He thought that we should keep the expertise. We're all supervisors. We've all worked complicated cases, a lot of assets here, a lot of expertise. So he felt, thank goodness, we should all stay in the same position and keep the same equipment. Just go to other squads. And other squads needed people. Here's where the supervisor comes in. Ironically, he sent me to a squad that handles and intercepts packages going and coming with narcotics. Okay, it's called a parcel, not partial. It's called the Parcel Interdiction Squad. Okay, we just boxes basically. And so so I thought, oh cool, they sent 3 of us over there, 2 of us over there, of the 7. I thought, great. The guy that runs it, Top Step, we used to work together. We're both low-level detectives. Okay, I thought, man, this is great. Unlike my last boss, this guy wanted the other guy that we're bringing over, but I don't think he wanted me, and it showed. And it really surprised me, because you think there'd be some kind of loyalty or some kind of, at least a open mind when it came to getting new people assigned to you. You got assets. Hey, you're giving me 2 more bodies. I can do more things. I can expand. I got 2 guys that know what they're doing. Got supervisors. Me as a surveillance expert. His team wasn't doing much surveillance. As a top step, I would think this is great. Okay. Well, he liked the other guy. Again, you don't want to take favorites. And I went in there kind of a 5th wheel. And I didn't know that till I sat down there and started working. And I found out, again, my sponge is not full yet. I'm putting stuff in that sponge still, that this is not the right way to handle an employee. And I was kind of, I'll explain to you later, I was kind of screwed over a little bit. But there's an end to this. It's kind of ironic end to this, screwing me over. But let me tell you, in the meantime, okay, so I get there, I'm there a couple months, and we're going to a supervisor meeting. There's top step, and there's like 4 supervisors, and there's like 6 to 7 subordinates. So we're having a supervisor meeting. What we're going to do the next week, how we're going to do this and that. And I'm giving really nice, I thought, very nice suggestions on, because they asked us around the table. And I thought, well, we could do this, we could do this, we can. Well, we're not going to do that. Okay, found out that his assistant used to be a motor officer. Now he's a detective, never made cases. He's the assistant squad leader. And I found out that he is actually calling the shots. That the top step just sits there with the approval of the top step, obviously. And so he's the one that's coordinating everything. Oh, I don't want to do that. So obviously he didn't like me either, because I'm just trying to. And then I thought, okay, I know my place here. I'm just a place setter. I'm gonna sit here, do what I'm told, not give any input because they don't want to hear from me, and then I'll just bide my time and try to look for a place to go, because apparently they don't appreciate me here, and that's fine. That's fine. Big deal. Okay, so first couple of meetings, we're talking about doing stuff. Didn't do it. That's fine. They were. I thought they were doing substandard work. They could have done a lot more. They had a lot of resources. They did none of it. They were stuck in a certain way, and the way they did it, and they wanted to keep it that way because it looked pretty good on paper, even though they never arrested anybody. But it looked good. They were seizing a bunch of stuff out of boxes, and they thought that was pretty neat. I thought it was a waste of time, because what's the point? The Postal Service can take stuff out of boxes. We're cops. We're supposed to be arresting people. Okay, but that's okay. So now, I come to work. I'm in there about a month, and I got a really good partner there, a younger detective, and we wound up playing golf together and stuff, and competed at competitions. A really nice guy. They didn't like him either, because he liked to work with people in jail, do investigations. I don't understand why you don't want to do that. It really surprised me how supervisors of different caliber, different personalities can be resistant to doing police work. I was just in shock. I thought, okay, again, I'm learning that I'm going to do this. So that's fine. Okay, so anyway. So they go, oh, they're going to start a, I came in, they're going to start a new, they're going to start a brand new wiretap. You know, our department's first one. And they need Spanish speakers, so you report tomorrow down there to work that thing for, 3 to 4 months. He did two things, right? He got rid of me and justified me going there because I speak Spanish. Again, I'm doing as much as I can because later on, when I take that oral to become a top step, they're going to have that package in front of them, and they have a list of all the things I've done. So I figured, you know what? I'm just going to add to that list. I ignored. If they don't like me, I don't care. Okay, do my job. As long as you don't write paper on me, just give me an assignment. I'm going to go do it. I'm a good soldier. I'm a good Marine. My dad said, just do your job. Never volunteer, but when you get a call, go do it. So I went. Sat down in a room. 3 other guys that I knew. When wiretap comes on, we got headphones on, we're writing down, people talking to their girlfriends and about narcotics, and won't get into that, but it was a simple assignment. It wasn't that hard. There was no supervisor involved here. I was in with 3 other guys. One was a policeman and one was a detective. So we're all mixed in here. We're all Latinos, of course, because and all the Caucasian guys standing behind us, they don't understand what's talking on here. We're all sitting there working. Okay, so it's very interesting. Interesting in the sense that I've never done one of those before. Interesting. I've gone to school for it. You have to be certified. But to actually do one, it's interesting. We had like 4 lines, all the sheets, each line had a colored piece of paper. They had the phone number on it. You wait till as soon as somebody picks up the receiver, the light comes on, the machine comes on, you put the headphones on, and you see if they're going to talk about narcotics. If they don't, you push pause. You're not supposed to listen to their conversation about, sex and going to the market. Usually you have a clock, you go off for a minute, you come back on, you're still talking about food, go off again. That's to limit your basically spying on what they're doing every day. You're there only for the narcotics conversations. And once in a while you turn on, they're talking about narcotics. So you're writing it down. Then they go off on something else and you push pause. And I think that's, legally, I think that's pretty good. Because, you're after a narcotic operation. You don't have to talk to somebody about having sex with their girlfriend or going to the market. And that's none of their business, none of our business. It's an interesting legal thing there. They're always constantly arguing about whether you can do that or not. So that's the way we did it. Okay, so that was interesting. So I did that. 4 or 5 months into that, okay, fine. So now I'm in there. Funny how things work out. I get in there now. The feds call. They have a wiretap going. They want a supervisor in there from our department. Well, now that I'm an expert, they send me over there. Of course, I call my boss and said, do you mind if he goes there? Well, he doesn't want me around anyway because I'm trying to initiate arrests in his unit. He doesn't want that. He wants to stay the same way. He doesn't want any bounces in the road. Oh, sure, take him. So off I go someplace else. I go to another federal wiretap, same thing. Or this time I'm in charge of a wiretap room with like 4, and they hire civilians to do their wiretap, not police officers or FBI agents. So, but I'm the only guy in there that's an officer, so I'm in there, I have nothing to do. I supervise them, but, they come to work, we turn the machines on, I sit back. Once in a while they'll wave me over. It's all Latin speaking. They'll wave me over, they'll point at the machine, I'll plug in, listen to what's going on. Oh, that's pretty good. I take some notes, and then we call other agencies to go off and investigate this. So that was interesting in the sense of that, but didn't need me in there. You could have hired anybody to go in there. So I did that for like 4 or 5 months. I'm thinking, okay, fine. So it's obvious that I've been banished. On paper I'm with this guy, but he's keeping me away. I think his assistant did the same thing. Now here we go. Little track here. His assistant is my level. Okay, and like I said earlier, 170 of the guys of my level are all trying to look bitchin'. Okay, so he's trying to look good. So get me out of the picture, and this assistant can be the only guy in charge, and he can go in there and say, I ran a squad, and I negotiated deployment. In other words, sent me away. It's a fancy word. And he can take all the credit for what he's doing. And so that's why, again, this is politics. He wants to get me out of the picture. Another supervisor out of the picture so he can look like he is the top guy for the next promotion. And I don't appreciate doing that. Just do your job and you'll get promoted. Hopefully on your merit, but the internet doesn't work. Okay, so anyway. So I'm in there another 6 months. Remember, this is all not just quick assignments. It's 6 months there, 7 months there. A year goes by. Haven't been working my original assignment for almost a year. That's weird. And then one of my old partners who had promoted calls up and says, hey, I need an assistant squad leader and I want this guy to meet. So they called my boss. Oh, sure, go ahead. Again, he wants to keep me out of there. Okay. Well, I loved it because I wound up going working for a squad of something I do all the time with a really good friend of mine, okay, and so I worked that, and that was a combined squad, so I got to teach them. It was federal agents in there. And it was about 14 of us in there. So I taught everybody, became really good at it. The feds loved it because they had their people in there, about 6 of them, and they all learned how to do surveillance. So then when that squad about a year later was disbanded, those 6 guys went off and ran squads because they knew how to do it. They used us as part of their training, and that's fine. We reaped the benefits of having the guys with us, and they reaped the benefits of having us teach their guys while we're doing an actual investigation. So everybody benefited from this. Okay. Only bad thing about it was the squad was readjusted. Okay, and my friend of mine went out to another location and was given another squad that we actually had to go there and help fix the squad, and so I didn't have an assignment, so I went back to my original assignment. Okay, so anyway, so I found out, that he didn't. He had said things to other people that he didn't appreciate that I was pushy, and that I was, and I'd only been there half a dozen times. So he'd make excuses to keep me away, and that's fine. That's fine. I have no problem with that. So I think I'm going to stop here now because I have another story I want to start. I know we have plenty of time left, but I think I'm going to end this one, and I'll come back in a little bit. Okay, thanks.